All right, the next step in our hollowed out cylindrical structure is we're going to build this door and some windows. And remember to take a look at something closer in. You select everything, and it's the second button down that kind of gets you in there closer. And when I tap and I look at the lower right corner, it's a 12 by 12, and this is a 12 by 12 structure. Once you make your hollowed out cylinder, you can change the color. You can now create the doorway. So the doorway over here, I made these notes so that I would remember it was a 3 across by 6.5 foot tall doorway. Okay, so with that in mind, let's do that ourselves. Okay, so I want a rectangular prism that's 3 feet across, but 6.5 foot tall. And it doesn't have to be 20 foot deep. It could if I wanted 2 doors, but all I really want is 1 door. So I don't know, something like 6 foot deep. Now, what I want to do is I want to show you how to change the height. I want a 6.5 foot high door. So I tapped the height and I changed this to 6.5. So this is going to be the size of the doorway, but I want to lift it up like this is lifted up. So what we do is we take this triangular structure and we lift it up 1 foot, just like that. And when we do, we can bring it to the front and just make sure that you're going to bore your hole all the way through, and we are. You can see that we are. So now that we've done that, we can select both structures and group them together. And that makes the hole for your doorway. Now, if you want to remember that this is a 3 foot by 6.5 foot tall doorway, you could take your note. You could just write 3 by 6.5 foot doorway. And then you can drag this close to the door. If you don't like to see all of your notes, we can hide the notes, okay? All right, the next thing we want to do is we want to make a window. Now, I did a circular window, but you don't have to do circular window. You can do any kind of window at all. So whatever shape you like. I think I'm going to do a rectangular window that bores all the way through. So it looks like this. I definitely have to zoom out for this. If my office space is 12 feet in diameter, think about your window space. You probably don't want it more than 3 feet. I want to bore it all the way through the office space, so why not keep it 20 foot long? The height, let's make it do you want to make a square window? Do you want to make a tall window? So maybe 4 foot tall. So now I'll drag this closer over. Notice I just changed my width and I didn't mean to do that, so I'm going to undo. When I want to drag something, you want to drag it so that you're not dragging the corner, but you just pull that. Okay, so where do we want this window? Well, I want it up a certain height. Now, I probably want it so that if I'm standing or if I'm sitting, I can look out a window. So I'm thinking we might want it 3 foot high, right? So what we'll do is we will grab this and we'll bring it up to 3 feet off the ground. And now that we've done that, I'll pull it from the middle straight over like that. And I want to make sure I can see it. If not, see, I can only see it on one end. I'm just going to use my arrows to get it through so that I know that it's on both ends. And this is going to be my window, my 2 windows. So now I'm going to select them both and group them together. And there is my bottom part of my cylindrical structure, my doorway, and my windows.